In the world of Australian rules football, confusing calls and baffling rule changes are all too common. In this segment, the men who hold the game accountable are part of an unofficial tribunal known only as Footy Law and Disorder. These are their rulings.
Here we are here at Fusion Agencies. Hey, isn't this a great office? How's this office here, mate? The opportunity to come and do a bit of a podcast in here.
Be in the boardroom.
Wowee. Of course, they are our major sponsor and they are an absolutely outstanding
Great people.
company around Australia now, too. They've got offices everywhere.
That's when the boss is in Australia.
Well, he's got back from overseas. He's been away for a little trip.
Little trip.
You know what you like about Facebook and podcasting and all that? You can see what people are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bill deliberately put a photo every night just to tick us off. I don't think it was just have a look at where we are.
That's right,
Stick this up, yeah.
That's right, yeah. Are you enjoying your winter?
Yeah. How's winter for you guys? Because it's horrible here in Turkey.
No, brilliant.
Let's get to cool down. Hey, mate, you do need to cool down a little bit because off air we were just having a chat. The stand rule. You like the stand rule in the AFL? You're a fan of it?
No. Oh, great fan. Yeah, I love it. No, I think everybody loves it. The silly thing about the stand rule is that I would say 95% of football followers in the game don't want it, don't like it. You know, the players are being treated like schoolboys, to me. Stand. You know, what do you, mate? I would be tempted to go, mate. You stand. Yeah. You know what? What are you talking about? Stand. This is rubbish, mate. You're talking about players who are just allowed to roam free around the player on the mark.
The players have worked that out now.
And he can't stand. He can't move.
Yep.
Until the umpire calls play on. The guy's gone.
Yeah.
By the time the umpire calls play on. It's rubbish. It is absolute rubbish, and they've got to get rid of it. They've got to get rid of it really quickly, in my opinion, because people are getting tired of it. People are getting really tired on the mark.
It's a little bit harsh. So, the other part I don't like about it is they go, pull back, pull back, pull back. So, stand, pull back.
Yeah.
Which one am I? Am I standing or am I pulling back?
What am I doing?
In defending the umpires, I reckon it's difficult for them. Well, so I think for the umpires, if you're going to make a rule, make it really clear.
Yeah.
Stand.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to have the stand rule, on top of what you're saying, is that as the offensive player, I can kick over you.
Yeah.
Or I can kick, but I can't take off.
You can't take off.
The minute I take off,
That's right.
it's play on.
That's
the only way you can clean up. But we keep bringing in rules all the time. I'm over new rules. We've got new rule. And
everybody's over new rules.
And every time we bring them in, it's confusing.
Yeah.
But what happens over the course of the game, decades of footy, the players and the coaches will find ways to get around the rules. They'll be creative.
And they already have.
So they test the rules. They test the umpire.
Yeah.
This umpire, he lets you move a bit on the mark. That one doesn't.
Yeah.
And suddenly the players are pretty in tune with what they can and can't get away with.
Yeah.
And it's no use saying to them, if you do it again, that's a free. If the rule says it's a free, then give it a free.
It's a free.
Now, if you're not allowed to do this, the one that gets me the most is centre bouncers. They're bumping and pushing and shoving, and you go, just award a free.
Yeah.
Because it's illegal. You're holding the guy. I mean, there was a game a few weeks ago where, you know, some of the players were getting tackled, and they didn't have it was clearly holding the man.
Yeah.
If you do that again, that's a free.
Yeah.
They're still saying the same thing in the last quarter.
That's right.
So the players have gone, well, I'll keep doing it until you give it a
free.
free.
It's a free. Yeah.
So if it's in the rule, it's a free, then it's a free.
Yeah.
But the stand rule, I mean, they brought it in to open up the game so I can get around them and get into open spaces, which it did. It's sped up the game, but it's a massive disadvantage for the defence.
Of course it's a massive. You know,
which is what you want because the offence is more entertaining.
Well, guys now say well, they're 55 out from goal, they can run off their line around to give themselves that big wind up.
Yep.
And they'll make the distance.
Yeah.
So that's where it's unfair. This guy can't move.
Yep.
He can't go with them across there and go, hey, like that. It's, you know, I was at a local game yesterday. The White Flies, in fact.
Oh, the Ranella.
Yeah,
right.
the under 13s or whatever it was. And I'm looking at that game and I'm thinking, that's footy. That's the real footy. There's no stand. There's none of that rubbish that goes on. Why isn't that stand rule in the leagues below?
So you can teach to play by.
Why isn't it? Because the leagues don't like it, mate. They don't like it. And I'm not bringing that rule in. I don't mind the 666, but I'm not bringing that one in. Well, shouldn't that tell the AFL that, hey, maybe that's not a very good rule, you know? And even that infringing on the, you know, coming in from the side and all this sort of thing. What is it? The I don't know what they call it.
So here's my question:
Just
when
rubbish.
they decide to have all these rule changes, who's deciding? So they get a panel of half a dozen people.
Yeah.
So you'd be thinking, have we asked the coaches? Have we asked the coaches if we change this rule, what will happen? Now, some coaches will go, well, that's an advantage for the way we play.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, bring that rule in.
Yeah.
Then you'll have a half a dozen coaches that go, no, that's not a good look for the game.
Yeah.
But you go, I guarantee you that they'll send out a form, a questionnaire for people, but no sit down and go, get all the coaches when they used to have once a year they go to Gillen's for dinner.
Yeah.
You go, well, can you get them in a room at the end of the season? And they're exhausted by that stage too. So I have great empathy for the coaches, but they're the ones that will be able to give you an honest take on, no, that doesn't work. So unless it's unanimous, then you go, no, we can't have it.
But it appears to
Can't
me
change it.
that Phil Smythe gets appointed to the rules committee. So, now I'm on the rules committee. Boy, I better do something.
I better do something.
I better say something. I better try something. Maybe we should do this.
Yeah, no, it's a
justify
good
my
call.
position on
It's a good call.
And that's not talking to the fans. The other one is, mate, is when a player gets tackled and he gets one arm pinned and he's got the ball in the other arm. What hope? First of all, he's had no prior.
Yep.
What hope has he got of getting rid of that footy, other than drop it on the ground or
The only chance he's got is if he can
try and get it on
drop
the
it and get it onto his boot. But if someone's pulling you, it's if you're just standing there and you're holding me, you got all the chance. But you just force it involved,
ridiculous.
so you've got no chance.
ball it up?
So that would have to be
Just ball it up.
throw
mate.
it up. Don't
Throw
ball
it
it.
up.
Please
You
don't.
can't- you
Please
can't-
don't bounce it.
It's the look on the players' faces when it happens.
What can I do?
Well, mate, come on. And if they do that, you're risking 50 metres for descent.
So I'm a coach, and over the journey I'm going, well, I can get a free for that one if I grab his arm, but if I tackle him, it'll be a ball up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're encouraging the players to just go for the arm.
Yeah.
If you can grab the arm,
Yeah.
we're going to practice that because that's a free kick
Yeah.
versus ball up,
Yeah.
which is risky because you start grabbing players' arms and
Yeah.
you're going to start ripping shot. And there's an accident sometimes, that's all you can grab, but that becomes a priority. That's,
You can see
that's
it
dangerous
is now,
territory.
though, Phil. You can see it is now.
Yeah,
The players are very good at it.
Well, they're smart.
Yeah.
So I
they're
can
very
get a
good
free
at it.
kick, and the coaches are going, we can get a free kick.
yeah.
They're not saying stay with the same tackle.
And it's not a free. It's not a free kick. And look,
ball up would be the right
I don't like bashing the arms.
No.
Although there's a couple I wouldn't mind taking out the back. But but they've got a hard job. But too many of them absolutely umpire by the rule book. Absolute rule book. There's no leeway given to a player or
No grey area.
There it is. Bang. It's in the rule book. Bang. I'm paying it. Most of these guys never played the game. That's the issue to me, and has been for a long time. Good on them for becoming umpires. You can't completely knock the umps, but without them, you haven't got a game.
So
We know that.
I think the solution to it is, because I'm like you, we don't want to be the umpire bashers.
No.
So how do we help them? So we've got a problem, then let's have a solution.
Yeah.
Make them full-time.
Yeah.
Set up an academy
Yeah.
where you've got the senior umpires, then you've got all these young kids coming in that are getting full-time work. So we've got academies for developing players,
Yeah.
but it has to be full-time. Most of the umpires, this is their second job.
Yeah.
So, again, they haven't taken the umpires on course with the AFL.
Yeah.
So the AFL becomes, if you go back to SANFL, VFL, waffle days,
Yeah.
the players had this was their second job. Playing footy was their second job.
Yeah.
Suddenly it became professional.
Yeah.
So now we have all these academies and development programs set up, developing their guys to become full-time players.
Yeah.
Well, the umpires don't have that.
Yeah.
So we're asking the umpires to perform at the same level as the players when they're not getting the same service. So I have sympathy for the umpires here saying, I think they need to revamp it and go, no, this has to be your number one job.
Yeah.
You can have a part-time job,
That is your job.
but you can't be a lawyer and then go and umpire.
Yeah.
You're going to have to umpire,
Yeah.
and then when you finish, you can become a lawyer or whatever it might be.
Anyway.
I think that's the area where it needs. That would help the umpires.
Yeah.
More chance for
Of course it
review,
would, mate.
more chance. You
Yeah.
know.
No, get
So
rid of
again,
it.
you've got these young umpires. Same as umpire gets injured or he looks like he's going off. Well, here's a chance to give the young guy a game in pre-season with the senior guys and develop.
Yeah.
So we need to bring these younger guys, encourage them to come through.
Yeah.
That's how I think it best correct it. So.
Anyway, get rid of it.
Stand rule
Bye-bye.
gone. Barry Curtin says
All
goodbye
over.
to the stand rule.
All over.
Out.
Now, folks. No, get out, mate. And we're doing it all the time. Like, share, subscribe. That really helps us out. Don't worry about what Baz says. Like, share, subscribe.